This is gentle audio. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Now exhale like you're deflating a balloon. That's right. Let the air leave your lungs slowly, just like the air left the room when that joke fell completely flat. You're here to explore the weight of words, specifically the one that probably felt as light as a feather when it left your lips, but landed with the force of an elephant on her heart. Now imagine this heavy feeling in your chest, not from love or stress, but from the kind of heaviness that comes after saying something you wish you could take back in a literal cement mixer. You're not alone in this. We've all been there, standing awkwardly like a forgotten exhibit at a failed clown museum, wondering how we went from funny to that guy. Breathe in the smell of regret and out the scent of your diminishing self-respect. Feel the warmth between your cheeks, not from love, but from the kind of rush that comes after realizing you've been talking about weight for way too long. Yeah, it's like sitting through a bad improv set where every punchline is an uncle joke at a funeral. As you settle deeper, picture this. You're walking on eggshells, not because you're being careful, but because the carpet got stained with cringes, and you're trying to avoid stepping in another one. You're here to laugh, cry, and maybe even fart a little, because honestly, that's about as much control as you have right now. Now, let's continue this journey, not of enlightenment, but of realizing how many times you've compared someone's weight to your grandmother's bread recipe. You're going to feel it in every muscle, your shoulders drooping like they just ran a marathon, and your mouth hanging open like a goldfish at a comedy club. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let your neck muscles relax, like they've finally escaped the tension of trying not to make eye contact at the dinner table. Breathe in. Feel your shoulders lower, not just from the weight of the world, but from the realization that sometimes a joke falls flatter than grandma's biscuit recipe. Exhale. Let your hands release, as if they've just finished holding in too many laughs, because clearly you're the court jester of this social scene. Now imagine your stomach unwinding, like a nervous knot slowly untying itself. Breathe in and out. Feel the warmth of embarrassment settle in. But don't worry. It's not as heavy as that time you tried to roast her fashion sense. Your hips sway gently, as if they're apologizing for the slip-up, because honestly, Your luck with humor is about as smooth as a drunkard's handshake. Breathe in deep, and as you exhale, let your legs loosen, like they've just decided to stop running from the awkwardness. They might even feel lighter now, ready to sprint if another joke bombs so hard it could rival a comet's trajectory. And with each breath, picture yourself centering, finding balance, because making that joke may have shaken your confidence more than a milkshake does a Jell-O mold. Take one final deep breath in, and as you let it out, imagine every part of you settling into the present moment. No more cringing, no more worrying, just peace. Because sometimes the best way to move forward is with a little self-forgiveness and a whole lot of laughter, even if it's at your own expense. Breathe in and out. Now imagine a therapist's office, but instead of leather chairs, you're sitting on clouds. Your therapist is a giant inflatable pillow who says, "Take it easy. No need to hold the weight of the world anymore." You laugh at how ridiculous that sounds, because honestly, who needs responsibility when you can float? Notice how your body relaxes like a deflating balloon, not because you're letting go, but because gravity finally won. In this space, mistakes feel as light as a fart in a pool, quick and forgettable. You're free to laugh at yourself, even if it's the kind of laugh that makes you cringe when you think about it later. Now picture your past self making that joke, standing there like a wet sock in a shoe. Your past self is surrounded by floating "I'm sorry" notes, each one lighter than a sneeze. You're not fixing anything. You're just letting the wind carry away the awkwardness, leaving behind a trail of giggles and maybe a little guilt that's as soft as a feather duster. Breathe in and out. Let this space remind you that sometimes laughter is the best way to let go of tension, of worry, of the moment when your joke fell flatter than a deflated balloon at a clown convention. You're not perfect, but neither is the situation, so why stress? Just float like a noodle in a warm bath. Notice how your thoughts about the event drift by, harmless and tiny, like confetti caught in a breeze. You don't have to catch them or hold them. You just need to let them be. knowing that even the most awkward moments can become funny stories over time, especially when told with a little hindsight laughter. Breathe in and out. Let this piece remind you that life's too short to take yourself too seriously, even when you mess up. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the view, yourself included, warts and all. After all, self-forgiveness is the ultimate form of self-care, especially when it comes with a side of chuckles. And take a final deep breath as you imagine your words floating back to you like a boomerang, except instead of catching it, it slaps you right across the face. Pause here for a moment. Let that sink in. Now, with a sigh, release any lingering tension. Feel yourself drifting. Softly remember, sometimes the best way to move forward is to laugh at how bad things went sideways, or how they still might, even now. So go ahead and let that thought linger for just one more second. Dramatic pause, and take a final deep breath as you whisper to yourself, "I'll never live this down."